Hi, my name's Derrick Eloise and I'm an accountant.
I'm Eloise. I dance at Artistry Youth Dance and I'm 14.
Normally when I go to the theatre, I start off like, oh right, I'm at the theatre and I'm back like this. And then as soon as they started dancing, I got engaged and then, you know, my posture changed. I was up there, I was in it, and I was kind of sharing the experience.
It started off like quite emotional, but emotion like in a very in your face kind of way. And it was kind of like you couldn't look somewhere else. Like it was almost as if you're being hypnotized, like your focus is only on one thing. So that's why which is rare. Like I get very distracted from anything, from any sort of noise, but it's like you're looking at this one thing and you're trying to understand what you can take from it.
I could tell that there was something going on about struggle and about oppression, and there was some, if you like, I'm going to call it tribal references in terms of some of the patterns of dancing and so on and so forth. So I was engaged all the way through, and also in terms of the tempo, it didn't drop. It was very constant all the time. So once you're in, you're in.
We haven't had much experience with watching loads of things, so for that to be one of the things that you watch in your early stage of like watching shows, it has quite a big impact. And one of my friends were like, I need to just sit and like think about a lot of stuff, like I need to go over stuff. Like that made me want to just go over stuff. And then one of my friends was like, it makes me feel productive and like accepted almost. So, and it was interesting because we had different ideas, but we had the same like buzz that we were just like, what was that? Like it was really good. A good in kind of like not something that you recognize.
Because I wouldn't have been engaged normally for, I can't remember, it was about an hour 15 in terms of the play. I wouldn't normally be engaged with a dance troupe just for that unless it was intermixed with something else. This time, all the way through, I was I was really on my toes, and I'm not going to say joining in, but I felt like I could feel the beat and I could feel the rhythm and I could feel the tempo. So it got me, I was hooked. So in my daytime job, I'm an accountant, so supposedly I'm not very creative, or I can be creative with the numbers. But aside from that, in terms of, when you're in the theatre environment, depending on what you're looking at, you get a sense of wonder, a sense of something that I wish I could do that, a sense of how amazing is it that somebody can do that, and so on and so forth.
Where in my age group, we have this narrative that absolutely no one understands what we're going through, even though sometimes that may not be the case, but generally, like as a whole, that's how we feel, as if no one can understand. And not that the show helps you to understand yourself almost, but it does, but also like understanding your surroundings, and like even though you feel as if everyone's against you, more time everyone's going through the same thing. Because I think young people are kind of in the stage, like myself, the whole world is against us, but that's just like, I wouldn't say a phase, but a stage everyone goes through. And like it teaches you kind of awareness of other people.
When you're young, theatre is so educational. It's so important that you get involved in that and learn how to express yourself, because I think in this country in particular, if you go through the education system, one of the things that we don't do enough is personal development, in the sense of communication skills, in the sense of just understanding yourself and being in harmony with yourself, and so on and so forth. When you get exposed to the theatre, it can teach you that. It can teach you how to control your emotions, how to act out, how to express yourself. And for me, it resonates with things that I went through when I was a child. So all the way through my youth, I experienced that type of dance form, but it was also a reflection of what was going on in my life in terms of there being struggles to get through, glass ceilings, breaking them, and so on and so forth. So that's why it resonated so much with me.